Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nura Arisa Adira binti Sapir Azman.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Wan Hazika Amira binti Wan Amiruddin.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Haikal bin Ahmad Usairi.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Danish Nathan bin Syafiq Nathan.
Arisa, will you give the definition of matrix?
Okay, a matrix is defined as a rectangular array of number or symbol which are generally arranged in row and column. The order of the matrix can be defined as the number of row and column. The interest of the number in the matrix known as the element. The plural of matrix is matrices. The size of matrix is denoted as n by m matrix and is written as m multiply n, where n is number of row and m is number of column.
Thank you, Arisa, for the explanation.
Did you guys know what is the example of matrices in daily life?
I know. The use of matrices in daily life is one in the video gaming industry. Matrices are major mathematics tools to construct and manipulate a realistic animation of a polygonal figure. Examples of matrix operations include translations, rotations, and scaling. Other matrix transformation concepts like field of view, rendering, color transformation, and projection. Understanding of matrices is a basic necessity to program 3D video games. In any game development, you need to use linear algebra to do things related to position or motion of objects. Linear algebra uses matrices to calculate related to position or motion. We call this calculation as transformation. Transformation consists of three types: translation, rotating, and scaling. Each transformation can be represented using a matrix. This is called transformation matrix. Why only matrix? Because it is natural to use in linear algebra. Like if you need to do any transformation, then you will use any mathematical formula to calculate it. But if you use a transformation matrix, then you just need to do a matrix multiplication to achieve that. Transformation matrices can also be multiplied to other transformation matrices. This is used to achieve multiple transformations. Haikal, do you want to add something?
Yes. One of the most common application of matrices in real life is construction sector. Have you seen some building that are straight, but sometimes architects try to change the outer structure of the building, like the famous Burj Khalifa? This can be done with matrices. A matrix is made of rows and columns. You can change the number of rows and columns within a matrix. Matrices can help support various historical structures. In order for us to construct a building, we need to apply the concept of physics. In physics-related applications, matrices are used in the study of electrical circuits, quantum mechanics, and optics. Engineers use matrices to model physical systems and perform accurate calculation needed for complex mechanics to work. Electronics networks, airplane, and spacecraft are in chemical engineering all require perfectly calibrated computations which are obtained from matrix transformation. In hospitals, medical imaging, CAT scans, and MRI use matrices to operate. Danish, do you want to add something?
Thank you, Haikal. So, thank you, Haikal and Wan Hazika, for the applications of matrix in daily life. What I want to add is the application of matrix in the business industry. So, a decision matrix is a series of values in columns and rows that allows you to visually compare possible solutions by weighing variables based on importance. A decision matrix can not only aid you in prioritizing tasks, problem solving, and crafting arguments to defend a decision you've already made. Use a decision matrix when you need to assess a situation from a logical viewpoint and you have enough comparable variables to weigh. Running a business poses many challenges that requires you to make many important decisions. Making those decisions can be as simple as weighing the pros and cons. However, sometimes it requires a more in-depth decision-making process, like a decision matrix. Stuart Pearce, who was a professor and head of design at the University of Strathclyde in Scotland, created the decision matrix method to help in selecting design alternatives. Since then, the tool has evolved into a general decision-making aid, especially in the business world, also known as the Pearce method, grid analysis, or the multi-attribute utility theory. A decision matrix reduces subjectivity to help you draw a sound conclusion. When you are faced with multiple choices and several variables, a decision matrix can clear up confusion and highlight considerations that may influence the outcome. The quantitative method can remove emotion as well as confusion to help you lead your business to success. Unlike a simple list of pros and cons, a decision matrix allows you to place a relative value on each factor and weigh them accordingly. So, when do we use a decision matrix? We use the decision matrix when we are deciding on something that does not require a sense of emotion, as it is a logical tool by nature. But we use the decision matrix it when the choices are purely a matter of style or taste. So that's from me. So Arisa, do you have anything to add?
Okay, another application of matrices in daily life is in cryptography. Cryptography is a technique to encrypt data so that only the relevant person can get the data and relay information. In earlier day, video signals were not used to encrypt. Everyone with satellite dish can able to watch video which result in the loss for satellite owner. So they started encrypting the video signal so that only those who have the video keeper can encrypt the signal. This encryption is done by using an invertible key that is not invertible, then the encrypted signal cannot be unencrypted and they cannot get back to their original form. This process is done using matrices. A digital audio or video signal is firstly taken as a sequence of numbers representing the variation over time of air pressure of an acoustic audio signal. The filtering techniques are used which depend on matrix multiplication.
In conclusion, matrices are really useful in daily life. There are so many applications of matrices that we can use. I hope all of us can use matrices after this in our daily life. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.